At this point, I blame Porsha Williams for the reason why Simon is even a hot topic to talk about. As you know, Porsha Williams and Simon are getting a divorce after only being married for 15 months. But there is no surprise there. And it should be no surprise that Simon Guobadia is trolling her constantly on social media and through the legal court system. Well, now Porsha Williams is responding, and so is Kenya Moore, after Simon took a dig at Porsha and seemingly the rest of the cast of not having a Rolls Royce. Well, Kenya is setting the record straight, and now Simon is also claiming that his kids are homeless? Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Yes, I'm back in the studio, and look, it would not be, if you've ever been away for an X amount of time, you come back and it feels like everything is not working. So I apologize for the quality of this video, but the quality of the content within the video will be above board. Anyways, Porsha Williams, as you know, is divorcing Simon Guobadia, and she has really not said too much on social media. Sidebar, I don't know about you, but I've noticed that a lot of the ladies, the newbies, Porsha specifically, has been talking a lot about this season already. They just started filming. Literally while I was away, our friends over at lovebscott.com had the exclusive of announcing the cast, the newbies, the people that would be returning. Cynthia Bailey is coming back as a friend Dove. But they also revealed when we would start seeing these women film. They've been filming for a little bit over a week, going on 2 weeks. And I feel like we're seeing a lot and hearing a lot way too soon, which to me is so obvious. And, a lot of us fall for it in regards to the whole PR campaign. But normally, they never really say anything about filming. They never mention, oh yeah, the new girls, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole media stunt, to be honest with you. And that's what it feels like, which to me, Bravo comes across desperate and makes people wonder, like, do we actually have a season? We don't know if we have a season or not because you just started filming. And I'm open to it. I know there are some people like, oh, Real Housewives of Atlanta is done. I don't care about it. You're not bringing back Nene. You're not bringing back Phaedra. No, I'm open to new blood, a new perspective. I don't really care that much about Porsha returning. It will be nice because Porsha can be funny. Sidebar, did you guys see someone, people troll Porsha all the time because of the whole way she got Simon allegedly and the Fallon of it all. Sidebar, Fallon apparently is related to Brittany Edie, who's on the show. That's her cousin. Okay. I wonder if that will come up. Of course it will. I'm sure these producers were doing their digging in regards to how they can connect and get Porsha. Anyways. So Porsha constantly gets comments about stealing people's men. Porsha's response this week in regards to it was funny. She's like,
we'll turn this back on. Porsha ready to steal somebody else's husband. Yours. Yours. Sweetie me again. Sweetie me again.
Record that.
So these are the moments I kind of look forward to from Porsha, the ditzy, funny, quirky moments from her. I still don't believe that this was the storyline that Porsha was expecting to have this season in regards to her getting a divorce from Simon. Some people speculate that it is, that this is all a plot that Todd set up for Porsha to come to us with the Simon BS. Speaking of the Simon BS, so Simon has been making all kinds of comments, and I normally do not even report on anything in regards to Simon Guobadia because he is a troll. Literally, if we are looking at the definition of social media troll, you will probably see Simon. And we're not surprised by this, and Porsha should not be surprised by this because look at how he behaved when he was divorcing Fallon. And he was with Fallon a lot longer than he was with Porsha, allegedly. Because we also don't know the timeline of it all. It's giving Mia Thornton math. But he was definitely with Fallon a long time. Okay, I'm actually surprised by that. We're not going to talk about Fallon anymore. But so Simon went on social media. As you know, Shamia Morton will be a part of this new season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So she posted her birthday party. She's also a Taurus. Okay, we're going to get some Taurus energy since we lost Candy. But Shamia's been on the show. There are mixed reactions to Shamia coming this season. I'm okay with Shamia coming back. She's never really been a terrible person on the show. She actually is really friends with Porsha, and she's actually within the Atlanta, friendom of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Simon commented under Shamia's, celebration, and she got a new Rolls Royce. And he says, "Congratulations, my good sis, Shamia Morton. I'm so happy for you. My brother Gerald has excellent taste in fine automobile." He says, "Look forward to watching the only cast member with an RR, which is a Rolls Royce." But for those that are real fans of the show, you already knew that Kenya had a Rolls Royce. Even Porsha had a Rolls Royce. I mean, she may have been given it to by some other African, allegedly, but she also had a Rolls Royce. You also may recall Porsha was given a Rolls Royce by Simon. I can't even say a couple years ago at this point, but during their marriage, or maybe before they got married. I think it was before they got married. Shout out to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room. They posted the receipts of when she got this gift from Simon, and he put a big red bow on it. She took several photos, and oh wait, didn't they also say connected this Rolls Royce that Fallon may have had one too? I don't remember. I can't remember all the details of the saga that is Porsha Peach Juice Williams, formerly Guobadia's storyline. Okay. But she had her old Rolls Royce from back in the day, but then she got a new one from Simon. Apparently he's taking this back in the divorce along with the house. Okay. But of course, Porsha did chime on in. Porsha did chime on in regards to what he had to say. And she has really been silent. She really has not said anything. She's only spoken through her attorneys in regards to their divorce. We're not going to cover everything in regards to the divorce. If you missed any of our other videos, be sure to check out all the drama that's going on over there in regards to her divorce. So Porsha says, "Simon, don't forget, and a debt-free husband who is a U.S. citizen. My bestie is winning. Welcome to RHOA, Queen Mumby." Here's the thing. It was funny when you initially watch Porsha say this. It was initially funny. But when you think about, well, Porsha, yes, he isn't a U.S. citizen. He might have some bad credit. But did you marry this man knowing that? Or did you marry this man thinking that he was rich and you got scammed by him? Look, the internet streets, the content creators have been following this story and exposing Simon for months, ever since their relationship was exposed online. They've been following this and reporting on all of the allegations against Simon and his shady past, only for actual legal receipts to come out that showed credit card fraud, identity theft, things like that. So, of course, Simon, because of that shady response, because Simon is very much like Peter Thomas, who's back in the news weighing in on the Diddy of it all. Who cares? But he posts on his Instagram story this. He says, "The benefits for American citizenship are," because you remember, he wanted to be a citizen. So here's the thing, Simon. I know you're trying to make it downplay the fact that you're not an American citizen, but you were trying hard to become an American citizen for years. Okay, even requesting an appeal to deny the denial. Anyways, so he was trying hard up until recently to become an American citizen. But he posted on his Instagram stories, "The benefits to American citizenship are the right to vote in federal elections and to have a say in the democratic process. 2, the ability to travel freely with a U.S. passport. 3, access to government benefits and programs such as Social Security and Medicare. 4, eligibility for certain jobs that require U.S. citizenship, such as government positions reserved for U.S. citizens." He says, "In my case, as a green card holder," I'm actually surprised you're still holding on to that, "the only limitations I have is the privilege of voting in the U.S. elections and relying on government benefits. Neither one hinders my presence in the United States." For now. I wonder if the, immigration folks are fans of Real Housewives of Atlanta and might be following this situation. He says, "I have dedicated my life to striving for financial independence and providing for my family and community." So why are your kids homeless? Okay, let's get into that. So Simon posted on his Instagram story and then on an Instagram post that, what about Simon's homeless kids? He captions this by saying, I would like to publicly thank the mothers of my 3 minor children who have stepped up to provide cover for our minor children. Isn't that your job too, though? How is this Porsha's fault? Okay. He says, we are into the 3rd month of litigation without proper visitation. These women have played their part as co-parents and are now asked to do more with the added burden of caring for my children when they are supposed to be in my care. I'm wondering how this is Porsha's problem. Okay. My children are growing and maturing every day and unfortunately do not have the benefit of my presence. I'm trying to understand why they don't have the benefit of your presence, because you're in Dubai. He says, seemingly everyone wants to focus on everything but what's important in a family, especially when it comes to children and co-parenting. I have had joint physical custody of my kids for 5 years. Those boys are in my home 2 weeks out of the month. I also have visitation rights to my daughter, who's 11 years old and lives in California, and last minute had to be diverted to Dubai for spring break. She was ultimately out of a home for 3 weeks during spring break. All 3 kids currently displaced. I would like for each and every one of you, especially those with kids, to pray for me and my family. They deserve consideration as well. They do, but that is not Porsha's problem. No matter how we might feel about Porsha, them being displaced because there's a battle over the marital home, if you're so rich and so able, why aren't you able to find a home for them to stay? Or maybe go stay at the, the Four Seasons where you and Porsha allegedly were having a good old time while you were still married to Fallon, allegedly. Why not just bring them there? Go book a room, a suite where you can have your children. You're supposedly this rich man. And look, I mean, as a kid, I probably would have loved to go to Dubai. Just saying. He has continuously made his situation, exaggerated his situation to make Porsha look bad. We don't need you to do anything to make Porsha look bad.
I don't have to make you look bad. You can do that on your own.
Okay. All well on her own. Simon, your logic doesn't make sense, but he is such a troll and I hate talking about him, but because he's associated with Housewives of Atlanta and Porsha Peach Juice Williams, formerly Guobadia, well, soon to be formerly Guobadia, we have to talk about him. But you notice I have not talked about every single thing that Simon posts because he does post a lot. He does troll a lot. But because Porsha has spoken about it and surprisingly had a clapback, we had to talk about it. We also had to talk about Kenya, though. You thought I forgot, didn't you? I almost did. Porsha, so with him claiming that Shamia would be the only housewife with a Rolls Royce, of course Kenya had to climb, because a lot of you said this on social media. So it got to Kenya. Kenya said, let me jump in real quick. I have a Rolls Royce, but I bought my own years ago and apparently paid it all in cash, like her home. Shout out to Kenya. Look, you can always appreciate that Kenya's going to chime in. It seems as if Kenya and Porsha are not going to be battling each other this season that we know of. Kenya can't help herself when it comes to when all this social media stuff is playing out. And we love her for that because she really is one of those people that you need to kind of move a story when everyone else doesn't want to work. She will help move that story. Some see that as her being the villain. But sometimes you need someone that's going to call someone out. Very much like with the Sutton and the Garcelle of it all. Some of what played out during that season of Beverly Hills wouldn't have been TV gold if we didn't have a Sutton or a Garcelle asking the questions. So all of that Erica Jane story, she's like, oh, you guys are relying on my story to carry a season. That would be nothing if someone did not bring it up. We've seen that with Dorit of it all. Okay, if people aren't bringing it up, if people aren't challenging folks on this cast, it can just sort of be just sugar-coated. It will be interesting to see what the new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta will look like. I just don't love to see how forced it feels already of them talking about it on social media. Film, it's okay if we see leaked photos and videos and things like that, but everyone talking about it, the way that they're talking about it, hyping it up, makes me worried. And it's only the second week in. I mean, people can look forward. And a lot of you blamed Eric Fuller for the lackluster few seasons of Potomac and Atlanta. He's not a part of Atlanta this season. So, I mean, Roni, I wish you luck because he's over there. But anyways, guys, let's continue this conversation. I want to know your reaction to Porsha's response, Kenya Moore's response, and Simon saying, whoa, 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 my kids are homeless. Okay, first of all, I just want to say this before we go. There are people that really are homeless or without homes. Sir, please. Guys, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you. Follow my lead, just watch the show.